to pick it up. Robinson just flipping it into the corner, nearly gave that away. Robinson now takes it behind the net as he got the return pass. Robinson, here he comes. At center ice for Coffey. Coffey with Gardner now as he moves up. Gretzky's on the line along with Tonelli. Here's Coffey moving it in. Tonelli's there. He scores! John Tonelli!
All the Team Canada players are off the bench. Beautiful play by Paul Coffey. Big goal for Team Canada. Here's Paul Coffey going around the defenseman. Makes that little pass out. Tonelli busting for the hole. Right up in the top corner. Beautiful shot.
Look at the reaction from Tonelli. That's a great play. That's a great view of it, too.
Well, that's Paul Coffey. He's noted for coming up in the play, acting as a fourth forward. He makes a great rush there and a great pass out to Tonelli.
Tonelli from Coffey and I imagine Robinson. And for Tonelli, his second goal. An interesting alignment as you see teeing off there, but an interesting alignment with Tonelli on that line on the power play.
Well, he gets control of that puck in the corner. He mucks around. He gets in front of the net. Causes a little havoc in there.
A power play goal. Goulet's got the puck now. Canada would like to take it right to them again. See if they can make it. 2 out in front. Oh, and a chance. That's Gretzky. Just couldn't control it. Wilson's got it. The Soviets seem to be off their game a little bit right here. Canada goes into the box behind the net. Here's Lowe driving it off the boards and down the ice.
Some great checking by Team Canada there. They're getting the sticks on those pucks, grabbing hold of the loose puck and shooting it down the ice.
All right, it's center ice now. It's Yashin to the line. Yashin trying to go around the defense, and he's chased out of there by Coffey. Gretzky loses the puck. Coffey covers up, and he sends it down the ice. 42 seconds left in the power play. Verbuchen at the side of the net. Forechecking is Messier. Ahead, Yashin through center ice. It's Semenov. Semenov clearing to the wing. Now he gets it in front of it. They score on the back end as Vasiliev cut in from the wing.
Well, there's the play the Soviets like to do. They circle in the mid zone. They want to hit that line with speed. 3 guys coming across together. They catch our defenseman back in a little bit. Nice play by Svetlov on his backhand, right up in the top shelf.
Well, we got a 1-1 tie. And there's that play in front of the net, and Peters going across the goal mouth. He just got it up over him now. Svetlov.
Right into the arm of Pete Peters.
Gemayev was knocked away. Now cleared in. Robinson really raped Vasiliev up against the boards. Nearly sent him over the boards. Here's Goulet with the long drifting shot. Back for it is Verbuchen along the boards, and it went by everybody, and Robinson leaves it for Stastny. Stastny's checked at center ice. Now Karutov. Karutov with that great speed, moving for the net. He circles the net, tried to throw it back against the flow, and Robinson was with him the whole way. Now along the boards. Canada will make a change as Karutov picks it up. Ahead for Makarov. Makarov with Larionov over the line. Makarov trying to go through. He's through. He scores! Tremendous effort by Makarov.
What an individual effort that was there. The Soviets have been picking it up a little. Here's Makarov on the 2 defensemen. Turns Larry inside out there. And beautiful play on his backhand.
Well, there's not much Larry Robinson could do. Tremendous fake, and then there's the goal, and then he slides into the goal post, and now it's 2-1 for the Soviet Union.
There's another guy to pick up that loose puck.
Gretzky losing the draw there to Gemayev. Over the line, though, comes Middleton. Over skating it is Bourne. Middleton at the point that bounces over the line and is called on the offside again as Wilson flipped it in with Bourne trapped along with Gretzky. So another face-off outside the blue line. There's Bob Bourne of the New York Islanders from Kindersley, Saskatchewan. Gretzky taking the draw. It's over the line, but the Soviets have possession. Cleared, but not out. Now getting it to center ice is Stelnov. And coming back is Bourne. Did a nice job ahead to Gretzky now. Middleton. Oh, Middleton! He shot it wide! Middleton got his stick on it, but shot it wide. Now Canada trying to get the face-off inside the zone. It's kept in. Coffey. Here's a shot right off. It's blocked right in front of the net. Now Wilson. Wilson into the corner. Bourne. Gretzky. Out in front. Cleared it in front. They bang away. Gretzky. Gretzky turning. Clears it for Wilson. His shot. Right.
Great pressure here by Team Canada on the Soviet defenseman in their end. There's Wilson coming in from the point, shooting the puck. Bourne right on top of the goalie. Miskin didn't have a chance on it. Great pressure by Team Canada. The puck just rolls over the line. Bobby Bourne standing right there on top of Miskin.
Something you mentioned, Darrell, they had to jam the net. They had to go for it. And that's what they did to tie this hockey game up.
A big, big goal for Team Canada with 6 minutes left in the hockey game.
How about that? Doug Wilson gets the goal. Gretzky was the one that set it up across ice. And 13:59.
Wayne Gretzky made a nice play of hanging onto the puck, not shooting it back into the goal mouth area, and looking for Wilson coming in off the point.
My goodness. What a hockey game. Well, see how Canada reacts to this and see how the Soviets react to it. Now it's taken by Karutov. Karutov along the line. Still has that puck. Makes the move. He's tied up by Coffey. No penalty. Now in the corner, Makarov trying to move it along the boards. Gretzky's in there on top of him. It's going to have to be a blatant one before Mike Noeth is going to call a penalty in this overtime. 2-2 tie. This is, well, another big face-off. Sutter will take the draw against Coben. I think that Tiyanov has made his adjustments to get his big line one away from this line, and this line has been so good offensively. Off the forechecking that they've done. Sutter, Tonelli. Tonelli has just been incredible again, especially along the boards. Set for the draw. On the face-off now. In deep, that's Kevin Lowe. Here's Tonelli, another battle along the boards with Billy Letinov. He's taken two players out with him there, Coben and Billy Letinov. Tonelli just moving it along the boards, and it finally winds up in the corner. Now, along the boards it goes again. Tonelli picks it up, can't corral it. Clears in front, now out comes Sutter, along with Tonelli and Bossy on a 3-on-2. Bossy's over the line. It flips high in the air, bounces back, goes by everybody. And out at center ice once again, it's Canada. Bork shooting it in. Behind the net. It is Pervukin. Cleared back in again. Out in front of the net and knocked down in front of the net there. Here's Wilson. It's on a 2-on-1. Only Coffey is back. Over the line, Coben and Coffey. Great defensive play in Canada and transition. Back they come to the line. Coffey dropped it off. Here's Tonelli moving in. Tonelli to the boards. Around behind the net for Sutter. Sutter clears it out in front. Went off a leg. Now Tonelli doing all that work again, and he takes two players down with him. Back out to the blue line. Coffey takes the shot. Turns with it. Fires it in there. Deflects over top of the net. Tonelli after that puck. Tonelli ducks the check. Back out to the blue line. Here's another shot.
in the top corner. Hard work by John Tonelli, mucking along the boards. He's my player of the game tonight.
Oh, without question, without question. Tonelli, this ship was outstanding again.
Just before that, Coffey made a great stop on a 2-on-1 save. 2-on-1 play, he comes back and puts it in the net. What a great moment for Canada.
From the ash heap, Team Canada defeats the Soviet Union in overtime. Not only coming off some very, very loose performances during the regular part of this tournament, a big loss and a resounding loss to the Soviet Union team. Canada dug back, came from behind in the third period after they'd given up 2 quick goals, and have won it. Paul Coffey from John Tonelli and Brent Sutter at 12:29 of overtime.
What a game. This is one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. Believe me, I'll remember this one for a long, long time.
I'll tell you, if nothing, I'll remember the 2-on-1 that Coffey broke up. It is on to the Canada Cup final against Sweden. Well, they have given the goal to Bossy. If we can get a look at it once again, Bossy was parked off at the side of the crease, and it may be that he was the one that deflected it in. So it is Bossy who is credited with the goal.
Was credited to Mike Bossy, and Mike, you were fighting off Soviet players around the net there. What do you remember about the winning goal?
Well, for about 30 seconds before the goal, I was on my hands and knees. I had one of the Russians holding on to me, and then I remember taking Michigan's stick once I came from behind the net, and I got up and the puck hit my stick and went in. So.
Well, Coffey, just a couple of minutes prior to that, an outstanding defensive play, a 2-on-1, and he broke that up, and he was very instrumental in that winning goal.
Well, he was, and the whole team was incredible. I think that as Canadian hockey players, we certainly showed that we have a lot of pride.
Here it is here, Mike.
I just got up, and you see the puck hit my stick and redirect into the other side of the net. It was a great feeling. You know, I've been... that's funny, too.
Well, a big moment, and you can savor this for a couple of days, but now it's on to play Sweden in the final, and no doubt you're looking forward to that one.